Algebra 1, here are some more examples on how to solve systems of equations by substitution. And I wanted to give you an example of what happens when you have a fraction answer, and this system is going to give us fraction answers. So this is what it's going to look like when you do those that I told you had fractions. The first thing we have to do is we have to solve one of the equations for x or y. You can see that it's going to be easy to solve this one for x since the x is already by itself right here. So I'm going to write that down here underneath. And then I'm just going to subtract 2y from both sides, and I get x equals negative 2y plus 1. Then I'm going to take that right there, the negative 2y plus 1, and I'm going to put it in where the x is right there. So I'm going to erase this right now and do that next. So I would go 2 times negative 2y plus 1, and then continue my equation, minus 4y equals 0. Now I'm going to erase this. Continue solving. I'm going to distribute the 2 to both of these, and that gives me negative 4y plus 2 minus 4y equals 0. And negative 4y minus 4y is negative 8y plus 2 equals 0. So now I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides, and I get negative 8y equals negative 2. Bring that up here to finish solving. And now I'm going to divide each side by negative 8. It cancels that out. And negative 2 divided by negative 8 is a positive because the negatives cancel out, and then I'll reduce the 2 eighths to 1/4. So I end up with a fraction for one of my variables. So now I'm going to take that 1/4 and I'm going to plug it in for y back in this top equation right there for that y. And I'll do that on the next page. So x plus 2y equals 1. I'll fix that plus sign. And then y was 1/4. So I'll plug that in where the y is. So I'm going to have x plus 2 times 1/4 equals 1. And I can put that over 1. Cancel that, and I end up with x plus 1/2 equals 1. And then to solve for x, I'm just going to take away a half from both sides, and 1 minus 1/2 is a half. So that's all there is to it. You just have to remember how to do your fractions. And so if x is 1/2, I'm going to put that first, and then y was 1/4, so that goes second, and that's your ordered pair. And you can see why that would be hard to solve by graphing, because it would be very hard to see that your lines cross at 1/2, 1/4. Here is a different example. I already have my second equation solved for x, so I'm going to take that 2y plus 5 and I'm going to put it in for the x right here. So it's going to go 3, 2y plus 5 minus 6y equals 9. So that would give me, if I distribute there, I would end up with 6y plus 15 minus 6y equals 9. 6y minus 6y is 0, so I end up with 0 plus 15 equals 9, which gives me 15 equals 9. Not true. We don't have a value for our x, so our answer to this system is no solution. And you guys remember that when we have no solution, that means that our lines do not cross at all. So they are parallel. It's the only way you can have two lines that don't cross. So that's it. I have one more example for you. That's this one. And here I'm given what y equals up here, so negative 2x plus 1. I'm going to put that in right there. So I get 2x plus negative 2x plus 1. Whoops, it's supposed to be an x. And I don't need to put that in parentheses since it's a plus on the front. And then equals 1. So I'll go ahead and take those away. And you can see that 2x plus negative 2x is 0, so I end up with 0 plus 1 equals 1, which means 1 equals 1, and that one is true, which means that there's infinitely many solutions that would solve this system. So you can use the infinity symbol and go infinitely many solutions, or write it out, or write IMS. So those are the two possibilities. And that's it. Those are all the examples I have. Yes. So if you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.